Ok, estamos en directo. Creo que estamos en directo. Ah, estamos en directo. A ver, parece que todo bien. Ok, ahorita vamos si está funcionando el audio para que no puedo subir. ¿Qué estaba haciendo? Me puse a hacer misiones secundarias. Hice la misión, bueno, una misión de Jin. No sé si habrá más. Dice que continuará. No sé si ya continúa. Pero eso, que hice una misión de Jin. Hice también la misión de aqui, que está tan bonitas. Ya se reiniciaron las misiones diarias, por lo que veo. Un amor inalcanzable. ¿Qué es esto? Podrán callar a jóvenes, sanar la llamada que... Ah, mira, pues esta es la continuación de... Esta es la continuación de la misión de... ¿Cómo se llama esta chica? No me acuerdo cómo se llama, pero la chica de la venda en los ojos que está en una banca en Monster. Vamos a continuarla. Tengo dudas de cómo continúa esto. ¿Qué tal? Suspira. Estoy más que listo para volver a la ciudad de Mondstadt, dice Robin. Oh, viajero, hola. ¿Puedo pedirte un favor? Como podrás ver, soy parte de los caballeros y estoy de patrulla en este momento. Le dije a mi novia que la enviaría una carta pronto, solo para hacerle saber que estoy sano y salvo. De repente me surgieron otros asuntos y lo olvidé por completo. ¿Podrías entregarle esta carta por mí? Su nombre es Glory. Glory. La chica ciega. La que recolecta semillas de diente de león. Ajá, tú debes ser Godwin, dice Paimon. Glory nos habló de ti. Godwin dice, ¿qué? ¿Cómo? ¿Cómo conocen a Glory? Ella nos pidió un favor. Godwin dice, dices que les pidió un favor, espero que no haya sido nada peligroso. Solamente nos pidió, dice Paimon, solamente nos pidió que le consiguiéramos algunas semillas de diente de león. Eso es todo. Dijo que las soltaría en el viento, las transmitiría, ¿qué? Que dijo que las solta, ok. Dijo que al soltarlas al viento te transmitirían esos deseos de su corazón. Semillas de diente de león, ¿eh? Típico de Glory. Pero ella dijo que estabas en algún lugar lejos de Mondstadt. Sí, bueno, ese era el plan. Mm, déjame contártelo. ¿Has oído hablar de la vez que el gran maestro, de la vez que el gran maestro dejó Mondstadt y se llevó a 4 de cada 5 caballeros con él? Pues bueno, yo fui uno de los asignados a esa expedición, pero desafortunadamente justo cuando nos estábamos preparando para partir, me di cuenta de que había perdido el recuerdo que Glory me dio. Cuando al fin lo encontré, ya se habían ido. Todavía no sé cómo alcanzarlos y mientras tanto he estado dando vueltas por aquí. No puedo volver a la ciudad de Monza, no puedo imaginar lo que los caballeros pensarán de mí si volvieran con el rabo entre las piernas. Además, le prometí a Glory que le enviaría cartas y regalos de todo el mundo. Dije que le mostraría el mundo. Dije que le mostraría el mundo. Si se entera de que nunca salí de Mondstadt, a lo que Pokémon responde, claro, no quieres quedar en ridículo. Godwin dice, por favor, envía esta carta a Glory por mí. Apuesto que está muy preocupada por mí. ¿Por qué no probar la línea directa del diente de león? ¿Qué? ¿Por qué no probar la línea directa del diente de león, hijo de puta? ¿Entendido? No puedo agradecer, no puedo agradecerte lo suficiente, viajero. Pero te pido que guardes el secreto, todo lo que guardes en secreto todo lo que acabo de decir. Todo bien, Goku. Me quedas bien joven. Eres un pendejo, güey, pero me quedas bien joven. No recuerdo que es la mitad de todo esto. Vamos a ver el lore. Es esto. No, transportarse. Ok, voy a hacer las diarias. Y el día siguiente voy a Voy a continuar con la historia. No me refiero a literalmente que era ahí arriba, ¿verdad? What's up, Glory? Hola, conozco esa voz. Viajero, ¿eres tú? ¿Qué te trae por aquí? Alguien me dijo que te trajera esta carta. ¿Una carta para mí? ¿Quién haría eso? Me hace mucha gracia pensar que el novio de la chica ciega le mandó una carta escrita para que la lea. Es como que... Es como bullying a larga distancia, güey. Se mamó. Godwin. ¿Lo has visto? Eso quiere decir que está bien. ¿Te dijo cuándo volvería? Lo siento, olvídalo. Estoy seguro de que debe estar demasiado ocupado para responder a todas esas preguntas. No quiero presionarte más. ¿Pero podrías leerme la carta? En voz baja. Nadie necesita escuchar esto excepto nosotros dos. De acuerdo. Chingas a tu madre, Glory. No, no, sea personalmente. Los los picos rocosos de Liyue atraen el interés de muchos caballeros. Godwin es un mentiroso por todo lo alto. Los picos rocosos de Liyue atraen el interés de muchos caballeros, pero no el mío. Esas piedras son tan ásperas que puedes rasparte las manos. A mí me gusta un tipo de flor llamada flor de seda. Tiene una textura fina y desprende un ligero aroma. Si no estuviera tan lejos, te habría traído alguna. Seguro que te encantaría. Ya, hijo de puta. Wow, lo leíste también, ¿no es cierto? Apesto leyéndolo. ¿Lees cartas a menudo? No, la verdad es que esta es la primera, fíjate qué loco. Es el final de la carta. El puerto de Liyue, wow. Godwin está viendo el mundo después de todo. Sí, algo así. Sí. Gracias. Me atesoraré esta carta. La próxima vez que veas a Godwin, dile que estoy pensando en él. Pues ok. Ya veremos a Godwin luego. Un amor inalcanzable, Godwin. Hey, o sea, me dio como una misión larga. Ok. Ah, no. Simplemente tengo que regresar con Godwin. Vale. What's up, boy? Entregas mi carta. Gloria envía sus mejores deseos. Uy, mis kilobytes de su vida se fueron a la mierda. Ok, ya se calmó. Uf, al menos no está enojada conmigo después de ese largo silencio. ¿Cómo conoces el puerto de Liyue usándola cuando has estado dando vueltas por Mondstadt todo este tiempo? Ah, sí, todas mis historias están basadas en cosas que el gran maestro me ha contado. Ha estado en, ha estado en todas partes. De todos modos, gracias de nuevo. Has sido de gran ayuda. Toma esas semillas de diente de león. Las elegí yo mismo. La próxima vez que Glory te pida más semillas de diente de león, agradecería que la ayudaras de nuevo. Ok. Bajo mí. Todo bien. No, pues qué triste la historia de este huevón culeado. By the way, subí de nivel del mundo. Tengo el mundo ya nivel... ¿Nivel qué es esto? Nivel 1,500,000. Nivel 4 creo que era. Ahorita lo miro. Dice... Sí, nivel de mundo 4. ¿Qué? Puede ser. Tendrás la opción de reducir... Ah, ok. Vale. Imagino que esto del mundo 5 se te empieza a complicar fuera la cosa. Tengo un amigo que lo tiene en 6, que lo podría tener en 7, pero que se le complicó mucho. Entonces decidió bajarlo. Palomas extraviadas. Graf. Ajá, un viajero. ¿Qué onda? ¿Cuándo termina la cacería? Es hora de beber. Cuando termina la cacería, es hora de beber a tu antojo. Venga, puto borracho. Sobre las palomas. Estas palomas quedaría bien como aperitivo. Ocurre algo. Hace tiempo creé ¿qué? Hace tiempo crié unas palomas mensajeras para que llevaran cartas. Pero por alguna razón últimamente no están haciendo su trabajo. Y o pierden las cartas o tardan una eternidad en llegar. O simplemente se quedan quietas. Hay que estar apresurándolos todo el tiempo. Si tienes tiempo, ¿podrías ayudarme a echarle un ojo a unas palomas que acabo de librar? Entendido. Estas palomas me van a odiar, como las de Timmy. Entendido. Gracias. Si ves que las palomas están holgazaneando, espántalas para que vuelen. Seguro. Ahorita las mato. Corre, hija de puta.
Make my escape.
Ojalá los hubiera atropellado a todas nomás para molestar a esto. Pero no, hay que hacer... ¡Ay, Dios! ¿Qué estaban haciendo ahí?
Can't catch me.
¿No era aquí? Oh, arriba. No tengo energía.
Cheers for a beautiful life and the next hunt.
A tu salud. Draft. Sobre las palomas. Ojalá se porten bien a partir de ahora y entreguen las cartas. No puedo estar todo el día detrás de ellas, en fin, creo que con lo que has hecho bastará. Gracias por tu esfuerzo, toma esto como agradecimiento. Ven a visitarme cuando quieras mandar un mensaje. Seguro. Ok, hay que ir para allá. Ya, claro. Si hay que tirarse por una montaña por el loot, lo haré. Lo repetiré 1000 veces si hace falta. Oh, muy alto.
Hey!
What?
Let it rain. Steady as stone.
Disappear.
Opa. Una piedra. Ok, cool.
Bet you can't keep up with me. I'll race you there.
Ah, voy caminando y
My
ya.
escape. I'm out of here.
Uy. Ya, claro.
Go, go, Baron Bunny.
Está.
Leave it all to me.
With the wind.
Vale.
No escape.
Wind blade.
Bet you can't keep up with me.
What the fuck, lo saqué volando, güey.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Suelta eso. Nice. La verdad, no hay nada más por aquí. Ah, este sitio lo habré limpiado unas decenas de veces, yo creo. No se quita. Vale. Vale. Terminé los diarios. Nueva misión de reputación. Ok, podría ir a hacer eso. Yo voy a recuperar solamente las... Voy a cobrar solamente las diarias, ¿sí? Cobramos las diarias y ya. Hola.
Ad Astra Abyssal.
Sí, sí, sí.
Thank you for completing today's.
Nice. Tengo subida de nivel con algún personaje a lo mejor. Es que ya ven que cuando haces las misiones diarias subes... bueno, subes un poco en la amistad. Pues no, pues creo que no. Y te desbloquean lore, básicamente. ¿Qué quieres que te diga? Nos vamos yendo al Liyue. ¿O no? No, voy a tirarme aquí, voy a hacer una misión de estas por lo menos y luego ya me iré a Liyue. Chingada madre. Bueno, de que nos quitamos el frío, nos tomamos un caldito para el frío y ya nos vamos. Quería ver aquí, acá, usar. Ese fue el último. Venga, vamos. Era por ella. ¿Dónde exactamente? No lo sé, pero por ella. Eso de ahí creo que es el desafío. Bueno.
Is this an answer from this world?
Está, ¿no? Yes. Va 1 de 5, vamos a por acá. En lo que oscurece un poco más para ir a la misión.
Another target tracked down by Outrider Amber.
Me cago en tu puta madre. Los cabrones sí duelen. Vemos esto. Enana, te vas a tener que ir. Lo siento mucho, te quiero mucho, pero pues como que no. Vamos a ponernos a este huevón culiado aquí.
Time for some training?
Creo que en lugar de 9 le voy a poner a bardas. Aunque creo que no me da falta. Sí, no ocupo agua. Eran 3 y ninguno era de fuego. Eso era una piedra, ¿no? Ya, sí es de piedra. Sí, baila, baila. Baila, hijo de puta, baila. ¿Quién será primero? El primer objetivo, vale.
Work time. Time to work. No excuse for
No one escapes my sights.
Ok, nice. 10 días.
Spirit Blade! Attack!
almost.
I'll race you there.
This isn't good.
Ok, good. Nice. Ahora vamos a cocinar. Voy a cocinarlos. La cosa está para el calor. Este de aquí. ¿Alguien tiene...? Ella tiene proficiencia. ¿Tiene? Va. Nice. Bueno, pues con esto. Que sigue aquello de allá. Vale. Se recarga la estamina. Hermosa. Pinche Noelle, cosa bonita. No debería tardar ya en ser tiempo para ir a continuar la misión principal. No quiero pelear contra esa cosa, voy a ignorarlo. Me mojé, puta. Vaya. Ok. Pelao.
One with my blade.
Let it rain.
Wind blade. From whence you came.
Nice. Ahora... Un segundito. Voy a terminar la última. Ah, no, me faltan dos. Un segundito, me voy a acomodar el micrófono. Sorry si hay ruidos. Pero eso, ruidos de micrófono. Hola. Creo que aquí le pega el abanico. Un segundito, voy a mover el abanico. Sí, ya sí. Ahora como es un poco el micrófono, el abanico ya no lo está dando, no. Ok, continuamos. Creo que voy a hacer las misiones y ya. Y o sea, las misiones estas que tengo aquí del árbol. Y la misión esta que tengo principal, voy a simplemente acelerar el tiempo para poder hacerla en cuanto llegue ahí y listo. Me quedan malos los tiempos.
Well met. Almost. Let's end this quickly. Stay right there. You can't run. Well, I see it, Killjoy. We've only just begun. This isn't over.
¿Se ve cura o algo?
Get it together. Let's not waste time.
Swift and merciful. Spirit blade.
This is
Attack.
bad. This isn't over.
Wind blade.
Miscalculated.
Salió sorprendentemente bien. Podría matar a ese tipo. Pero esos cabrones me dan mucha lástima. Bueno, lástima, me da mucha flojera. Pero sí, precisamente por eso lo voy a matar. Porque son una pinche lacra. Voy a ponerme a Bárbara. Porque Bárbara derrite a esos cabrones. Te quiero, Bárbara.
I'll take care of it.
Buenas palabras, Bárbara. ¡Eh! ¡Eh!
Let's move.
¡Ponte tu escudito, puto!
Have a load of this. Roasted fried. An unfortunate fault.
Ah, qué agradable.
One with my blade.
Tiempo, ¿qué tengo que hacer aquí? Ya, claro. Debí haber esperado que se me recargara la energía antes de empezar a correr. ¿Pero qué haces? ¿Qué haces? Nos esperamos un poco. Dude. Por favor. Ya está arriba, si Ether no quiere subir, no puedo hacer nada, A lo mejor traerme a la Ether de piedra, a lo mejor. Loco. ¿Serías tan amable? Muy tarde por haber subido, hijo de puta. Ah, loco. Pues va de nuevo. Qué mierda, Qué puta basura, güey. Pero bueno. Que se recarga la energía, empezamos de nuevo. A ver. Una, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco,
I ride on wind and
seis,
cloud alike.
siete, ocho. La novena estará del otro lado. Por favor, loco. Vamos, Bárbara. Tú puedes, Bárbara. Bárbara. A lo mejor con otro modelado de personaje. ¿Qué es esto, güey? Por favor, güey. ¿Qué es esto, güey? Qué ridículo, güey. A ver, tengo una idea. Qué puta basura, loco. Qué pendejada de... Qué pendejada bueno, en general, qué pendejada de diseño, qué pendejada de mecánica, güey. Qué tontería no poder escalar eso. Esto es de la piedra, ¿verdad? Sí. Consonancia con geo. Y por mucho que no me guste, por mucho que no me guste la consonancia con geo, pues bueno, ya que toca. A ver, toca esperar un poquito. Venga. Agarré agro, güey. Vale, tanto pinche problema para nada. Voy a matar a esos tipos nomás por... A ver, por mirarme feo. Yo Sirius. Toma.
Get ready.
Yo Sirius.
Swift and merciful.
Ya está. Ok. Pues nada, vamos a... Ya que estamos, vamos a eso de aquí. Vamos a ofrecerle lo que tenemos al arbolito. Y vamos a ir a continuar con la misión principal. Espero que me alcance para algo. Pues no me alcanza para nada. Puta madre. Misión principal. ¿Dónde era? Era por... aquí, creo. Vale. Ah, traigo la bendición de esta del geo y no me gustan la geo. Vamos a jugar un rato con ella, como está. Personajes, no. ¿Dónde están? Misiones. Aquí. Navegar. Entre las 18 y las 23. Hola. Yo sé que tienes esperándome como 2 semanas aquí sentado, pero espero que no te moleste. Señor Songli.
Ah, you're here. There's no need to order. I've already done so.
Yes.
Third round knockout is not for lightweights, like those taverns in Mondstadt. Here, the owner does not take such unorthodox orders as fruit juice.
No desperdicia una oportunidad para tirarle mierda a Monster. Entonces, ¿por fin me invitas a beber algo? Le digo yo.
I ordered some wine-fermented sweet rice balls for you, if that counts.
No me gusta la mierda fermentada, carnal. En general, ni el alcohol, ni nada que sabe medio raro. No me gusta las cosas fermentadas, homie. Debí esperarlo.
If it is to your liking, dear customers, I shall continue the tale of Lady Ningguan's Jade Chamber.
Sure, adelante.
Hey, there's even a storyteller here. Great atmosphere.
Yeah, cool.
Besides fine wine, the excellent ambiance is the reason why this place is so well loved. But when I say ambiance, I refer to a different sort from the one the Tevat travel guide uses to judge other establishments.
As you all know, high above the land of Liyue lies a pavilion in the clouds, a palace in the mist. What does it mean to have all-seeing eyes? This, my friends, Lady Ningguang's masterwork that bridges earth and sky. Imagine, the weather is clear, and you gaze down from the deck on the world below. Behold, the glorious sights of Liyue Harbor, stretching out far and wide.
¿Esta es la de los cuernitos? No recuerdo quién era. Pero creo que... Si mal no recuerdo, me habían dicho que ella era, creo que una discípula o algo así de una de las deidades estas que vienen de por aquí. También creo que esta es la que tenía el culo tan gordo cuando era niña que se le intentaron comer y se ahogó la bestia, así que no se la comieron.
They say that when Lady Ningguang ponders important affairs, she retreats to her jade chamber with none but her 3 closest confidants in tow. Why brings she these trusted 3 to sift through sources, dig through documents, looking for information? Piece by piece, facts and figures paint a picture on the walls of the chamber. But well before the wall is filled, Lady Ningguang's mind is made up. Having made her call, she has every last document shredded, and whoosh, she scatters the shavings out her window. Ah, look at them, how they billow in the wind like a sudden swirling blizzard. As the fragments fall, traces of text flicker before the eyes of the merchants of Liyue, like ink stains in white snow. The saying goes, the rarest treasures in the land are the words brought by the paper snow. For the words of the Tianquan have the power to move mountains, and all throughout the land know it. These are but scraps of paper, and yet they guide Lady Ningguang's hand. Such is their value.
Ya.
Merely grasping 1 or 2 of them will surely gift you a fragment of her wisdom, enough to stay a step or 2 ahead of your peers.
Tianquan Ningguang. Feels like we're hearing this name a lot. Liyue locals talk about her. The Fatui hate her. She's most likely the one who hid the exuvia, and we saw her at the rite of dissension. Huh. Paimon wonders what sort of person she is.
At last I have found you. You who returned from Jueyun Karst.
What?
Who's there?
Paimon, corre.
Wait, I am not with the Millilith, nor am I here to claim your bounty. However, I am an emissary of the Liyue Chising. My name is Ganyu, secretary at the Yuehai Pavilion, and I have come specifically to meet you.
Secretary.
Well, in concrete terms, I am the corporate secretary for the Chising. At the moment, I am serving as Lady Ningguang's special emissary.
Ningguang sent you? We were literally just talking about her.
Pues mira qué coincidencia.
My apologies, you who have returned from Jueyun Karst. I am duty-bound and cannot extend my courtesy to you in full.
Sí, una pregunta, ¿por qué chingados estás en un techo? ¿Qué te costaba caminar en la calle, mija? ¿Sabes?
But I have with me a letter from Lady Ningguang. She extends a formal invitation to you in her capacity as Tianquan.
Ella también te dijo que te pararas en el techo.
She invites you to her palace in the sky.
¿Por qué no en un techo?
An official invitation?
Lady Ningguang said this. Invite him to come here.
Al techo.
I wish to meet him.
En un techo.
At the Jade Chamber, together we shall snip every one of these entwining dark threads.
Ok, en la cámara de Jade, no, pero en el techo de la cámara de Jade. Ya, paro. Adiós, amo perfecto. ¿Qué?
And with that, the emissary who called herself Ganyu just disappeared.
Ya.
But we've received an invitation from the Liyue Chising. Paimon still can't believe it.
Sí, yo tampoco.
We'll be meeting people that have way more money than Paimon could ever count. We should be on our best manners.
Obviamente tenías que empezar a hablar de dinero, ¿verdad? Yo también yo siempre me comporto bien.
An invitation to visit the Jade Chamber is a rare honor indeed. You'd best be on your way now. But don't forget about the rite of parting. Once you've finished at the Jade Chamber, meet me at Dihua Marsh.
Don't worry, we won't forget. Dihua Marsh. We'll see you there.
Ok. Vale. Ey, mira. What? Sure. Bueno, vamos a reclamar esto primero que nada. No tengo ningún otro. No. Y subirnos la constelación, aprovechando que nos dieron esa cosa. Me imagino que serán exactamente lo mismo que los otros. Vi que las constelaciones de una u otro contaban por separado, lo cual me sorprendió todo ese hecho. O sea que si me subo uno de viento en estas cosas de aquí, si me subo uno de viento no se ve reflejado en, bueno, ahora en piedra. Imagino que después habrán más elementos. Creo que un amigo me estaba hablando de la versión de césped. Oro inquebrantable. Aumenta un 10% de la probabilidad de todos los miembros del equipo. En radio de... Ok. Vale, pues venga. Si es lo único que se hace con ese item, es una estupidez no hacerlo. ¿Qué es lo siguiente? Ok. Creo que podría comprar uno de esos ya, ¿eh? ¿Era con esa persona? What's up? ¿Quería comprar algo? A ver, ¿qué vendes? Ok, estos... No es nada de lo que me interesa. Estoy buscando al... Creo que tiene como una... ese está aquí. Espérate. Tenemos una misión secundaria. Sí, hay una misión secundaria. Hola, Alan. Oh, estás aquí. Veo que has tenido muchas aventuras últimamente. Da la casualidad que tengo algunos asuntos pendientes que requieren de un aventurero experimentado para resolverlos. Si estás interesado, ve a buscar a Tian Tian. Le he delegado la tarea de distribuir los encargos. ¿A ti no te interesa? Le pregunto yo. ¿A mí? No ha surgido nada que me interese hasta ahora. Y en un momento como este, el gremio de aventureros necesita a alguien que cubra la retaguardia. ¿Es el señor de allá del fondo? Porque apareció muy misteriosamente. O no, se fue y ya. Muy bien, si quieres encargarte de esta tarea, ve a buscar a Tian Tian. En algún momento tiene que crecer. Bueno, pues toca ir a buscar a Tian Tian. Voy a hacer esto después. Primero voy a continuar con la campaña principal y esto ya lo haré fuera de la cámara. Voy a ir para allá. Misión secundaria ahí arriba. Más para allá. Ok, vamos primero aquí. Hola. ¿Qué vende? Ah, yes. Aquí está, mírala. Extranjero. ¿Puedo comprar las 4? No. Vienen las 4, Extranjero, vale. Me interesa esta de aquí. Me llegaría a interesar esta de acá. Me estoy quedando pobre. No me arrepiento de nada. Prototipo de arco del norte. Prototipo lanza del norte. Estas de aquí me llegarían a interesar, pero no ahorita. Así que ahí se van a quedar. Gracias. Ok, tengo 3 misiones aquí a los lados. Voy a recogerlas. Ya después veré qué hago con ellas. Epa, se trabó tantito fuego. Ah, hace mucho tiempo que no vuelvo a la aldea Shinse. Es la que tiene como un molino allá en las montañas al norte. Ah, mi pequeña Liu. Mi pequeña Liu, tu papá te extraña mucho. ¿Estás bien? Oh, hola viajero. Estoy bien, gracias por preocuparte. Solo estaba pensando en mi hija. Le dije que una vez que termine mi turno, pediría permiso para pasar unos días con ella en la aldea Shinse. Pero ¿quién iba a saber que algo tan grande iba a pasar de repente en Liyue? No solo llamaron a todos los soldados de vuelta a trabajar, sino que también se anuló el permiso de vacaciones de todos los que estaban en su puesto. Estaban en su puesto, ok. Ahora tenemos que estar en nuestro puesto todo el día. Y no solo eso, prácticamente necesitamos encontrar a alguien que pueda prácticamente necesito encontrar a alguien que pueda sustituirme incluso para tomar un sorbo de agua. Ya, claro. Ya había preparado regalos y todo. Una enorme bolsa con juguetes, pero ¿qué hago con ella ahora? Ya sé, viajero, ¿puedo pedirte que le lleves estos juguetes a mi hija? La pequeña Liu vive en la aldea Shinse. Si le preguntas a la abuela Roxin, la doña, seguro que la encuentras. Déjamelo ver. Bien, cuento contigo, muchas gracias.
Where has Master gone this time?
Dios. ¿Por qué brincan?
Bang. And with that, the fate of the Guhua Brotherhood was sealed.
Recepcionista Zhao. 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 No aguanto más, dice la recepcionista. ¿Ocurre algo? Pregunto yo. Mi trabajo con el Ministerio de Asuntos Civiles se ha ido acumulando últimamente. Ahora mismo se lo estoy asignando a otras personas. Acabo de terminar de organizar los formularios que necesitan ser que necesito que rellenen unas personas, pero no tengo tiempo para llevárselos. ¿Qué puedo ayudarte? ¿Harías eso por mí? Genial. En realidad no es complicado. Lo que necesito saber está escrito muy claramente en los formularios. Solo díselos, ellos sabrán qué hacer. Solo dáselos, ellos sabrán qué hacer. Los 2 trabajos más urgentes son los de Jiangsu y el nervioso An. Y el nervioso An. Llévales estos formularios, vale. Vuelve aquí y avísame cuando los hayas entregado. Seguro. Y una cosita antes de irme. Sí, era aquí. El meteorito de espada estrella caída. Espada estrella, ok. Explota de nuevo cuando es destruido, causando daño geo en área de efecto. Adicional equivalente al daño de espada estrella caída. No sé qué es espada estrella caída, pero bueno. El siguiente. Aumenta el nivel de debilidad de despertar de la tierra más 3. Puede ser aumentado hasta el nivel 15. Ok. Ese es el ultimate. Al golpear al enemigo que... Espérate, ¿puedo subirlo de aquí? No, 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 aquí no. Al golpear al enemigo con una onda expansiva de despertar de la tierra, recupera 5 puntos de energía elemental. Puedes recuperar hasta 25 puntos de energía de esta forma, ¿vale? Aumenta el nivel de habilidad de Estrella Espada Caída más 3. Puede ser aumentado hasta nivel 15, ¿vale? Y todavía no me alcanza para eso. Vale, pues este se ve bastante inútil, ¿eh? 5 una duración de meteorito de espada caída en 10 segundos. Sí, se ve bastante inútil. Digo, salvo por la cobertura que esta cosa te pueda dar. Esta cosa de aquí quiero decir. Salvo por la cobertura, no se ve como algo realmente útil. Mi pregunta es cómo voy a hacer que esta cosa explote.
Terra Smash!
No ataques. Tampoco sé. No. Pues nada, asumo que no puedo hacer que explote ya.
One with my blade.
Ay, perdón. Ah, claro. Había otra misión por aquí pendiente, ¿verdad? ¿O me equivoco? Creo que había visto una por allá. Vamos al muelle y ya después seguimos con la campaña. Ya, seguimos con la campaña y ya después vamos a hacer misiones secundarias. Y navegar. ¿Cómo coño llegar yo? Claro. Creo que puedo subir por ahí. Hay algo ahí arriba. Ok, venga. Ah. Voy a matarlo.
Submit for judgment.
Oh, yeah, hi.
Fourth, my blade. A touch of frost.
No muerto.
To dust.
Está vivo. Voy cayendo en cuenta de un pequeño detalle y es algo que posiblemente voy a odiar si es el caso. Ah, tipo, no, personaje, sí. Dime, por favor, por lo que más quieras, dime que estoy equivocado. ¿Los talentos los tengo que subir independientes? Nivel 4, ok. No, espérate, sí. Ah, me cago en tu puta madre, güey. No, tampoco es caro, así que voy a subirlo un poco. No pasa nada. Puta mierda, qué estupidez, güey. Pero va. Ah, podría subirme a esto, podría dedicarle esto a otro personaje que bueno, lo voy a usar porque después de esto no creo que vaya a usar ese personaje para hacer ese personaje en Geo por lo menos. At all, o sea, del todo. Vamos a subir esto, ¿qué más da? Daño de habilidad, ok. Mejorar. No voy a gastar aquí. Mejorar. Esto pues porque me sobran, ahí van. Voy a subir esto, ni esto. Nah, nah, no lo voy a hacer. No lo voy a subir más. Ya con esto, pues, que se conforme el Geo. Ups, se me desconecta el mouse. Ahora sí. What the fuck?
Look up there!
Ya,
That's
claro.
the Jade Chamber!
Está muy alto. ¿Cómo vamos a subir?
This is bad. Paimon's supposed to be your guide, but Paimon doesn't know where the way up to the Jade Chamber is.
Ahora te diste cuenta. Tendríamos que haberle preguntado, sí, eso es cierto. Le tendríamos que haber preguntado a la chica.
Well, since we want to go to the Jade Chamber, heading to its location on the map is the sensible thing to do. Let's look around. There has to be a way up there nearby.
Ok, tiene que haber alguna manera de subir desde algún sitio. Estás jodiendo. Esto siempre ha estado ahí. Estoy por el puto Nemo, ¿verdad?
Hey, look! There's some sort of mechanism thingy.
¿Te imaginas que ves esto y dices, ah, sí, sí, claro, esto es un mecanismo, güey? Ah, pinche trébol.
Since this is the right place, it must have something to do with the Jade Chamber.
Tal vez el camino a la cámara de Jade parece una especie de trampa. Quizá.
Yes, this must be the way.
Claro. La cosa está en que necesito a Nemo para esto. No, espérate. Tengo otro personaje, Nemo.
I'm so sleepy.
Por favor, dime, nana, que puedes hacer esto.
Can't touch me.
Nice. Bien, ¿y ahora qué?
It only takes us up to here.
Yep. We're fucked.
Aw, if that wind current was stronger, we'd be able to reach the top in one go.
Es mejor que volvamos a Lillo y le preguntamos a la Jeva Armada. Ya estamos aquí.
Why?
No debería haber ningún secreto para subir, de lo contrario. Pues de hecho.
Or... Oh, Paimon gets it! If it was a secret, Ganyu wouldn't have let us try to find it ourselves, right? Alright, let's follow your plan. Then we can... Oh, hang on a moment. Look down there.
¿Qué?
Looks like we've gotten close to the Guizhong Ballista.
¿Te voy a arrojar en la balista?
Paimon has a new idea. Why don't we shoot you up to the Jade Chamber using the ballista?
No, gracias, aún quiero vivir. Paimon, ¿tanto me odias?
No. Paimon may have just forgotten to think think about the safety measures.
Ya, sí. Bueno, Paimon, quizá ahí tengas que tomar un poco más en cuenta la safety, cosas. Recuerdo que la balista tenía un catalejo. A lo mejor sirve como para escanear el área. A lo mejor íbamos algo.
That's right. Now that you mention it, we could use the Guizhong ballista to see if there's another way up nearby.
Ok. Un catalejo imaginario, pero un catalejo. ¿Dónde coño era eso? ¡Ey, mira! Se lo va a llevar la verga. A ver, primero que nada. Cambiar esto. Vamos a quitar a la enana. Vamos a poner a alguien competente como ella.
As you wish.
Ahora vamos a cambiarlos. Y ya estamos. Hola.
Leave it all to me.
Voy cayendo en cuenta de que no tengo daño para esto. Ya, sí, no tengo daño. Y esa cosa se va a quedar ahí arriba. Puta madre, loco.
Someone needs assistance.
Estás muy arriba. Baja.
I'll catch up.
Bájate, anda.
No one escapes my sights. Let it rain. Go, Baron Bunny.
Dios. What?
I missed a spot. Time to clean up.
Terra Smash!
Bueno. No sé qué me dio. Circuitos del caos. Ah, ya, eso se lo ocupaba para otra cosa. ¿A dónde coño voy? Claro. Claro. La geo armada. Por favor. Por favor. No. Apolo G30. Bueno, ahí voy. Esto platicamos un momentito. What's up?
Halt!
Ya, que
Who trespasses on these hallowed grounds?
solo venimos de paso. Territorios sagrados son solo las afueras de la cordillera. Solo venimos de paso. Ok,
Exactly. What are you talking about?
¿de qué estás hablando?
We're invited guests. What makes you think you can treat us like this? No. Wait. Maybe this was Ningguang's plan all along. She pretended to invite us to the Jade Chamber, but set up a Millilith ambush here to arrest us.
No creo que sea eso. ¿No les hemos explicado que fuimos invitados? No creo que sea. No les hemos explicado que somos invitados.
Now Paimon's mad. You, over isn't it? How shameless.
Sin vergüenza.
What? We're just on guard duty. What do you mean, shameless?
What nonsense! Seize these suspicious intruders at once!
Well, here they come. Line them up and knock them down.
Ay, que no quiero pelear contra soldados, güey.
Quake!
Buen meteorito,
To arms! Take the target alive!
Otra vez.
Terra Smash!
Attack! Take this!
Dust!
A volar.
Who goes there?
Quake!
Take the target alive!
Podría estar cambiando entre personajes, pero como esta es una misión de historia, me lo quiero tomar así como que coño es canónico que esté peleando yo solo contra ellos. Mientras Paimon está, no sé, insultándolos en mi cabeza.
Attack!
Dust!
Take this!
Estoy sufriendo mucho daño.
Take the target alive!
Tactical! Retreat!
Beaten!
Terra Smash!
Ok.
Stop! What's all this about?
Lady Kuching, these two strange people suddenly appeared. They seem to have designs on the Guizhong Ballista.
Who are you calling strange?
Pero estaba buscando cómo llegar a la cámara de Jade.
You want to go to the Jade Chamber?
Sí, algo así.
Who are you?
Personas invitadas.
We're invited guests here to look for the Liyue Qixing. Who are you?
¿Cómo que jaja? Ah, mira, es la que tiene el pelo como que parecen orejitas.
Well, as it happens, I am one of the Liyue Qixing.
Ajá. ¿Y qué chingo estás haciendo aquí?
Oh,
I'm Kuching, the Yuheng of the Qixing. I know of you, traveler. You're Ningguang's guests, yes? Didn't expect to meet you here in the mountains.
Sí, bueno, cosas que pasan.
wow. Paimon didn't think we'd meet some super rich big shot out here in the middle of nowhere either.
The Guizhong Ballista in Tianheng Pass has long been in disrepair, and yet it was fixed in a single night. I came here to investigate that occurrence.
Ya, sí, bueno, lo reparé.
These Millilith are just here to guard the scene, not to arrest anyone.
So this was all a misunderstanding? Paimon never would have thought.
Yo sí. No piensas mucho. ¿Cierto, Paimon?
Anyway, for a mortal to be able to repair an Adepti mechanism is quite the mystery, even to the Qixing.
Esto va a ser como una estupidez. Sí, eso es una tontería, pero me encanta la relación del personaje con Paimon. Es un constante tirarse mierda mutuo, güey. Eso es. Shh, no compliques más las cosas, Paimon. Solo fue un ajuste por aquí, otro por allá.
Oh, right. So, Lady Yuhong, might you have any idea why Lady Tianquan invited us to go to the Jade Chamber?
Just call me Kuching. I'd say that Ningguang's purpose is to request that the savior of Mondstadt take a more neutral stance. Or at least, to not wholly side with the Adepti.
We're not taking sides. We spoke with the Adepti. They want to protect Liyue as well.
When you say protect, you're referring to their sanctimonious arrogance, aren't you?
Hey.
Huh?
You are mortals, and thus under their protection. There was no way they would have regarded you as someone with the ability to assassinate a god. Naturally, they would also regard Ningguang's locking down the area, questioning the citizenry, and pursuit of the assassin to be pointless work. Perhaps they even wonder if there might be a cover-up. I'll say it like it is. They're underestimating us.
Yeah.
Well, you've got a point there.
Yep.
Still, this is the first time Paimon's seen a person from Liyue who doesn't respect the gods or the Adepti.
Should I respect the shallow sense of time and condescension to mortals that has caused them to delay in moving against us, Qixing? Forget it. I shouldn't speak of them this way. This skepticism is mine alone, and Ningguang does not share it. Either way, I will admit that the actions of the Adepti this time were quite restrained. Rex Lapis's death is indeed an extraordinary circumstance. But to think that they would call for a council of Adepti rather than come down here directly. How surprisingly civilized of them.
Existe la posibilidad de hablar cordialmente con ellos. Ningguang también quiere negociar con ellos.
Well, for Ningguang, she would talk anything and everything out if she could. But the time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for Liyue?
Empanadas.
Another super bold statement.
Yep.
I'll stop here. Honestly, I hadn't intended to say so much. But you're a good listener, traveler.
Ya sí me dicen que me dicen algunas cosas así a veces.
You should both be off to the Jade Chamber. Don't be late now. Ningguang's schedule is packed to the gills all the way till next year. The cream of Liyue's mercantile crop all see ascending to the Jade Chamber as the greatest honor. Each brings rich gifts as they visit, all to curry a little favor with Ningguang.
Favor?
Paimon, eso no es lo importante.
Wait, that's right. Greeting gifts are a staple of Liyue's culture. We need to get one. Not to curry favor or anything, just to respect Liyue's culture.
Eres una pinche interesada de lo peor, Paimon. Eres posiblemente la peor persona del juego.
All right. You can decide on your greeting gift yourselves. Let me tell you how to get to the Jade Chamber first. You didn't actually have to come to Mount Tianheng. Go back to Liyue Harbor. Find a guide at the Yuehai Pavilion, and... Well then. May we meet again, traveler.
Well, that Yuhong may not respect the gods, but Paimon thinks she's a pretty cool person.
No, yo también tengo una buena impresión de ella.
So, what should we give to Ningguang when we see her?
Otra vez de vuelta al obsequio.
Oh, right! Paimon dreamed of an amazing snack last night. Sugar frosted slime!
Mira, interesada y gorda. Eres lo peor, Paimon.
Paimon has a feeling that it would be perfect for a super rich person like Ningguang.
Eres de lo peor, Paimon.
Why don't we go with that for a gift?
¿Cómo hacemos esa cosa que soñaste?
With a certain boom shakalaka, of course.
Esto hace gracia. Esto hace más gracia después de la misión secundaria esta de Shangling, creo que es la chef.
Let's go gather ingredients. Time waits for no one, and neither will our riches.
Ya, claro. Let's go. Pero pues, seguramente lo que sea que me vayas a pedir, ya lo tengo. ¿Sabes?
Let's dance.
¿Qué tanto me cura? Ay, cabrón. Cura de a 1000. Vale. ¿Dónde chingados saliste?
Steady as stone.
Mal ataque. No me gusta esto. Esto no me gusta para nada. Que se quede con ellos arriba.
Someone needs assistance.
Acabas de chocar conmigo. ¿Por qué no se volteó? Coño. Yo looté. Ok.
A reward on the road.
A reward on the road. Simón. Venga. Uop. Estoy intentando jugar con el viajero en modo geo y honestamente me resulta bastante inútil, todo se ha dicho. Más que nada por cómo funciona el geo en él. O sea, sus habilidades de geo me parecen realmente malas.
Ooh, look at that slime. It looks crystal clear and very delicious. That's the one.
Está. Lástima que esas cosas no ven nada más. Nada útil en general.
Terra Smash!
Esa muerte estuvo bastante dramática. Buenos días. Okay, look.
Huh? Is it just Paimon? Or is there a sweet fragrance in the air? Huh? Did you hear that?
Suena como si alguien estuviera pidiendo ayuda. Suena como si alguien estuviera cantando.
It seems
pidiendo
like
yo.
it came from those ruins over there.
Ya, claro.
Uh-oh. It looks like the treasure hoarders have locked someone inside.
Pues hay que matar gente. Ok.
There's no way. Quake!
Claro que sí. Venga. Toma. Enjoy.
Direct assault!
No escape.
Lo único como medio útil que le veo a este tipo es que genera, o sea, con esta build al personaje, es que genera algunos escudos. Ahogado. Por favor.
To dust!
Ya está. Hola. Y se lo que no. Mengdan.
Thank you for your help, kind travelers. If you hadn't come to my aid, I surely would have rotted in this cell. Those treasure hoarders, when their mood was good, they'd rearrange those pots of sweet flowers. When they were in a bad mood, they'd rearrange my face.
Ay, Dios.
Aw, it was nothing. No need to thank us all at once or anything.
Ya.
I understand. Don't worry. I will compensate you both.
No, de verdad no hace falta.
Don't say that. I only escaped this predicament because of you.
Sí, bueno, es lo que tiene ser el bueno del cuento.
I'm Meng Dan, a supplier for Mingxing jewelry in Liyue Harbor. I often walk around these mountains in search of antiques. I never expected that those treasure hoarders would have their eyes on the same ruins that I had. Before I knew it, they'd caught and imprisoned me. Is there anything that you lack? Antiques, treasure, various knickknacks, you name it. Well, as long as you want what I have to offer, of course.
Tus buenas intenciones son suficientes, dice Proguito.
Wait a moment. Actually, we are looking for something.
Oh? And what might that be?
Do you have a box that can store presents? We'd like a pretty one. The kind that you can use to store snacks.
Of course we do. How can one sell antiques without gift boxes? At Mingxing Jewelry,
Tiene sentido.
we have the best gift wrapping service in the 7 nations.
Ok.
Now just give me a moment and I'll let the boss know. You can go see her whenever you require that box.
Great! Paimon sugar frosted slime now comes in a beautiful package.
Let's go. Vale, ¿qué es esto? ¿No misiones, no? Sí. Vale, no, espérate, ¿qué coño? Esta es la... Ok, sí es la de tiempo limitado. Ok, eso lo haremos después, no pasa nada. Tampoco hay prisa. Y por allí, en algún sitio, hay una... What the fuck? ¿Cómo vacío esto, güey? Bueno, pues nada, va a tocar averiguar cómo va a ser este lugar. ¿Será parte de una misión secundaria, quizá? Hola.
Frozen. Crisp.
I must leave no stone unturned, as a dutiful maid would.
Freshness preserved. Chill to the bone.
Stay right there.
LOL.
No problem. Flash frost. Let's end this quickly.
No les voy a hacer nada con eso.
Frozen to set.
Steady as stone.
I'll race you there!
It's time for a flash freeze. Now you're not going anywhere. Frozen food. Ow. Oh no!
Ah, mal momento. Uy.
Flash frost. Let's end this quickly. Disgusting.
Leave it all to me.
Ah, este cabrón no lo voy a matar.
Almost.
Media vida.
I'll catch up.
Let's end this quickly.
Que vamos a hacer este tipo un ratito. Nada más para curar a los aliados. Ok, ya estamos enteros. Media vida. Acabó.
Let's not waste time.
No me va a servir de nada hacer esto. O sea, le pego a la vida porque se está electrocutando, pero no es daño suficiente como para que valga la pena.
Steady as stone.
Let's not waste time.
Creo que lo voy a matar así ya.
Almost.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Let's end this quickly. This isn't good.
Joder, qué desagradable. Uy, encima de oficial. Ok. ¿Qué me ha quedado? Ah, sí, que tenía que conseguir vaciar este agua de alguna manera. Y arriba hay cosas. No recuerdo qué. Ah. A ver, vamos a continuar con la historia principal. Ya después veremos qué hacemos. ¡Ey, Topeno! ¿Y? ¿Qué onda, Topeno? ¿Cómo estás? ¡Qué pepe! Si estás despierto a estas pinches horas, te debería dejar el link ahí para que le caigas. Creí que te estaba durmiendo más temprano últimamente. Vamos a ir para allá. Ah, era para ti, para quien trabajaba, qué loco.
Hey there! A guy called Mung Dan told us that we could get a nice and shiny box from your store.
Uncle Mung already told me about it. Thank you both for saving him. Many of the best goods in our store were found by Uncle Mung. If anything were to happen to him, it would be impossible for us to continue doing business.
Pinche palabra extraña, Topeno.
Here, This container is itself an antique, with at least 140 years of history. It's already been cleaned.
No hace
Will it
falta.
do?
Yep. It's great.
Toma, señor, regalazos para la doña.
Hang on a moment. Could we borrow one other thing?
Sure. Please help yourselves, as long as it's on our shelves.
Vale.
Traveler, this clay pot looks really awesome.
Quiero un jarrón. Me acaba de decir Traveler. Qué raro, güey. Como que, de hecho, la línea anterior de diálogo como que estaba recortada. Y aquí directamente me acaba de decir Traveler. Qué raro, qué raro, qué raro. Como que, no sé, tuvieron problemas con el doblaje o lo que sea.
If we use an antique as our mixing bowl, we should be able to make a great snack.
Claro.
It's done! The one and only sugar-frosted slime! Carefully now. Into the box it goes and dust it over with a bit more powdered sugar.
Oh, yes. You might want to use these 2 freshly picked flowers as decorations, too.
Florecitas, bien.
Woohoo! It looks beautiful!
Gelatina cara, aparentemente. Por alguna razón no tengo la cosa tranquila.
Great!
Sí, yo
Now
tampoco.
that we've put all that we've got into this box, let's go to the Jade Chamber to see Ningguang.
La interacción de la lámpara estaba medio rara. En esa otra sesión. ¿Cómo? ¿Cuál de la lámpara? ¿Del froguito? ¿El personaje? ¿O del stream en... O sea, te refieres... O sea, ¿de qué chingo estás hablando? ¿A dónde coño tenemos que ir ahora? Tenemos que ir para allá. Vamos a usar ese teletransporte y nos tiramos de ahí arriba para abajo. Hola. Un bullón.
Though the clouds may darken and light turn
Con
to
esa
gold,
hada y una lámpara,
still the moon
puros
over
picudos
the
y
chamber
diálogos
glows.
raros. No, los diálogos de ella están raros, pero me refiero a que cuando ella está hablando, normalmente ella no se dirige a ti como Traveler. O sea, deja como un espacio en blanco y luego, pues, en el subtítulo está rellenado con tu nombre, pues. Entonces, como para que parezca como que está hablándote de nombre, ¿sabes? Pero ahí como que se les olvidó eso, quien sea que estaba escribiendo el guión ahí, y escribió literalmente Traveler, o sea, Paimon dice Traveler, ¿sabes? Lo que no ocurre. O sea, que no está mal, porque el nombre oficial del personaje es Traveler, pero si te preguntan tu nombre al inicio es precisamente para ponerle tu nombre a él, pues. De hecho, no solamente eso, sino también te preguntan tu fecha de cumpleaños, y la fecha que tú pongas de cumpleaños es también la del Traveler. Entonces, como que está raro. ¿Qué dices con esa? Pero sí. A ver, Bullón.
Though the clouds
Hola.
may darken and light turn to
According
gold.
to Kuching, this is what we should say.
Eso es lo que tenemos que decir.
Excuse me, do you sell the moon here?
Do you sell the moon here? Silencio incómodo.
Yes. How
Okay.
many would you like?
¿Cuántas noves quieres?
It's not convenient to speak of numbers here.
Ah, well said. Please, use this to ascend to the chamber. Yes, speaking of which, are you two the guests that Lady Ningguang has arranged to meet with today?
Yep.
And yet the code they used was not the one for guests, but for the Yuang. What's going on here?
Para el equipo terminal no. Ok, entonces me dieron un código plus. Mamalón. Eso, primer plano de las
I've been
piernas.
waiting for you,
No,
returnee from Joyun Karst.
no voy a hacer que me apetezca mirar la cara. No, no, no. Piernas, güey. Piernas y tatuajes, güey.
It's Ningguang!
Hola, Ningguang.
Since this is our first meeting, we've prepared a gift. I hope you like it.
Oh, for me.
Sí,
You
toma.
have my thanks.
Mm.
It seems that I have made things difficult for you, considering that you were supposed to be my guests.
Una madre, sí. ¿Por qué no pones un pinche elevador tradicional o de perder una puta cuerda para subir escalando, culera?
Oh no, it's nothing.
La cama de ella es magnífica. Es la primera vez que vengo a un lugar tan alto. De hecho, no, técnicamente he estado en un lugar aún más alto. Literalmente saqué un clavo de la montaña más alta del mapa y el clavo está encima de ella, entonces sería mentirle. La cámara de Jade es magnífica.
I'm glad you like it too. This palace floats in the skies, higher than the peak of any mountain. From this vantage point, one may survey all of Liyue.
Sí, sí, fetiches chinos, güey. Fetiches chinos total. Yo creo que montaña en un punto para observar todo Liyue.
I have been gathering the funds necessary to build it from the time I began learning the merchant's craft. And since becoming the Tianquan, I have spared no effort in hiring the best craftsmen to constantly extend it.
El doblaje de esta chica es considerablemente peor que el de cualquier otro personaje del juego hasta ahora. Con diferencia. El doblaje de esta chica es malo. O sea, es como que le dieron un papel y con letras en él y le dijeron, tú habla. O sea, lee así como que, léelo como por encima. Y ya nosotros lo matamos en el juego. El doblaje de ella es malo. Está muerta por dentro esta mujer.
At first, it was but the size of one room. Now, it is large enough to blot out the moon in the skies above Liyue. One day, I believe it will overshadow all 7 nations.
Qué ambicioso es el de aquí. O sea,
Not many from outside Liyue earn the right to ascend to the Jade Chamber. But I have been in correspondence with the acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius,
Ah,
who
mira.
spoke highly of you.
Pues de esta tipa hablaba con mi expatrona, bien.
As such, I have been putting eyes and ears out ever since you reached Liyue.
Según la traducción la hicieron con Google y a leer. Hay algunas cosas que sí que se nota que las hicieron con Google, ¿eh? O sea, que algún chino lo agarraron, le dieron traductor número genérico 47, ¿eh? ¿Sabes? Y lo agarraron y copiaron y pegaron, güey. Pero pues, está bueno.
What?
And I finally got wind of your movements when you were on the way to Wangshu Inn.
Wait, was Vergoldet one of your people?
Ve gordito, vaya.
Just Vergoldet? No. Everyone at Wangshu Inn is one of ours.
Wanshuin, no recuerdo dónde chingados es eso. Hace poco me encontré con el equilibrio terrenal.
At the Guizhong Ballista, yes?
Sí.
You weren't peeking on us from the skies the whole time.
Ahí lo que estaba diciendo, el equilibrio terrenal, por ejemplo, ese está mal doblado. Era la geoarmería, creo que es de como estaban traduciéndolo hasta ahora. Pero de repente lo cambiaron. ¿No todo ese tiempo?
I fear that peeking would have been a little difficult from this altitude. Our eyes and ears are more than sufficient. You two are very interesting people, after all. It would be natural to take an interest.
Hay un güey que se llama Keshingo. Bueno, Keshing, sorry. Keshing dijo que las 7 estrellas no le desean el mal a la Rex Lapis.
Well, I wouldn't expect you to trust us, considering that you have had far more interactions with the Adepti. The reason I invited you here was to clear up some misunderstandings.
Te tengo que seguir ahora. Ok, te sigo. ¿Qué estamos viendo? Si sigue caminando y salta me voy a reír mucho, ¿eh? ¿Qué?
I believe that you've heard of the Archon War.
La guerra de los arcontes, sí. Tengo una idea general, yes.
Many gods used to walk this earth, and many long wars were fought between them that did not abate until 2,000 years ago.
¿A quién chinga? Ojalá que no a ella, güey.
Much blood was shed, and many lives were lost. In the end, only 7 victors remained standing in Teyvat.
Están cayendo rayos. Es perfectamente posible que me caiga un rayo en la cinemática y la interrumpa.
And thus began the era of the 7.
Ojalá que ocurra para reírme muy, muy fuerte.
You can see Goyun Stone Forest from here, I trust. It is no natural rock formation. Those are giant spears of rock hurled by Rex Lapis during the war. Beneath the spears lie those cast down by Rex Lapis in those days, gods that failed to seize the title of Archon. Not only is it true that gods may die, but so too has the membership of the 7 changed over the last 2 millennia. Rex Lapis's passing is an unimaginable disaster for Liyue, but the Order of the 7 will not collapse simply because of that. Another Lord of Geo will arise sooner or later. Yet, how are we to forget Rex Lapis? When that time comes, the relationship between the people of Liyue and the gods and Adepti will surely be different from before. Even in a new era, the Liyue Qixing remain Rex Lapis's former subjects. Do you really think us capable of having played a part in his demise? Of lacking the foresight to see the certain repercussions?
Entonces, ¿por qué resguardan la suya?
That day at Yujing Terrace, it was also very sudden. Even I was caught completely off guard. You were there. You, no doubt, saw. But our enemy has long lain hidden within the harbor. If we do not act against them now, they will surely gain the upper hand. Hiding the Exuvio was a necessary maneuver to take the initiative back, to play the spider while our foes scurry about.
Who's this enemy you're talking about?
What do you think, traveler?
La verga, Paimon, ¿quién chingas te conoce? ¿Es él? Tiene que ser él.
What are you two talking about?
De cosas importantes.
Well answered. The scenery out here is fine indeed, but the wind is a little strong. Our preparations to receive guests within are complete.
Literalmente está lloviendo, pendeja. ¿Cómo que está tantito feo el clima, güey? Te están cayendo rayos, güey. Cayó un rayo, no sé ni cuánto. 5 minutos atrás de mi espalda, güey. Me quemó los pelos del culo. Ay, no me gusta el clima, vamos para adentro. Claro, venga.
Wowee! What a huge hall! Paimon's never seen such a fancy place before.
No sé quién fue el chino que tenían trabajando en esto, pero se le dieron unos buenos latigazos porque se mamó, güey. Qué bonito el puto lugar, güey. Súbete. Ay, hija tu puta madre. Mira qué bonito. Su madre, qué lugar tan bonito. No, sí, el tipo que hizo este pinche lugar le tienen que haber pagado con unos muy jugosos puntitos de ciudadano, o sea. Sí, sí, sí.
Be at ease, you two. Make yourselves at home if you wish.
Que me sienta en casa, dice.
Can we really?
De verdad.
I have invited you two here as friends. And when friends come over to play, our enjoyment comes first. Naturally.
Eso de ahí es.
Whoa! Isn't this that legendary wall?
Un muro.
Why, you've kept your ear to the ground, I see.
That's because even the storytellers are talking about it. Everyone's after a piece of paper from that wall. It's super famous.
Paimon, mantén tus manos muy lejos de ahí si eres tan amable.
That's because that wall records Leo's secrets. Merchants have always been attracted to secrets.
Le dieron duro el chinito, sí, sí, sí.
But the secrets of the mercantile world are of no interest to you, are they, traveler? You're rather special, really, and I think you're quite aware of that. If possible, I'd like to have your trust.
¿Quieres mi confianza? A ver, encuérdate.
But if you were to choose
Dios,
a
le
more
cambio de luz.
trustworthy person between myself and Kuching,
Entre tú y yo, quiero ser los dioses y ella. La prefiero. Kuchin. ¿Quién era Kuchin? Kuchin era la tipa de los cuernitos de ahorita. La prefiero a ella, que es. Ah, no, Kuchin era la tipa que tenía como orejitas de pelo. La prefiero a ella, que es escéptica de las divinidades. Entre tú y yo. Entre tú, que crees en los dioses y ella. Entre tú, que crees en los dioses y ella. O sea, como que quedándome pensando. Pues no he conocido a ninguna de las dos personajes como para tomar un bando, así que yo creo que voy a elegir el primero, entre tú. Pues que no tengo que elegir a quién le creo más. La cosa es que en que yo, por ejemplo, no conozco a los dioses, como para saber si es buena idea ponerme de su parte, o si... Uf, loco, que está incómoda la pinche pregunta, La preferiría a ella, que es escéptica de las divinidades. Yo creo que eso.
you'd pick Kuching? Nah, I had a feeling.
Ya, sí, ya me puedes correr de esa casa, Qué pena.
I originally thought her a bit too hard-headed. With someone of her character on the Chising, I've had some extra messes to clean up behind the scenes.
Ya.
But after she said those words, the time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Chising don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for Liyue? Well, I must say that quite a few of my doubts have been dispelled. I won't deny that Rex Lapis's passing seems advantageous to us. But, for Liyue's sake, we cannot allow ourselves to be shackled by rumors of our usurpation of power.
Supongo que los Fatui están detrás de estos rumores.
Indeed. It seems that you understood what I meant to say from the very beginning. I called for the gag order and for the exuvia to be hidden to temporarily stabilize the situation, and also to prevent something similar to the incident in Mondstadt. With Rex Lapis's death, the Fatui have busied themselves with many clandestine actions beyond their diplomatic remit. As the Tianquan, one responsible for Liyue, I cannot be too concerned with appearances when opposing them. Allowing the rite of parting to take place was also meant to buy some time for us to take control of Liyue's administration.
It's exactly as Zhongli said. The Chising only provided the venue for the rite so they could use us for their own ends.
Yep.
Wait, that's right. Speaking of ends, could I say one other thing?
Of course.
Paimon's heard that anyone who sends a greeting gift gets a little something in return. So, does that include us?
Pinche interesada de mierda. Paimon, puedes dejar de pensar en eso por un momento.
It's all right. I like direct people.
Ya. Sí, bueno, por muy directa que sea, no le quita lo interesada, pinche nana, güey.
Well, we have made quite a bit of trouble for you recently. How about this? You can pick any one object here as you please, and you may take it with you.
Y si mejor no, y me evito la cacería humana que me vas a poner encima por llevarme el pinche pizarrón ese que tenías ahí.
Yay! Paimon was just waiting for you to say that. what should we get?
Hija de puta, güey. Paimon, eres de lo peor, güey.
One of the sheets on that wall.
Chingas a tu madre, Paimon, ya sabía.
Don't look at Paimon like that. One of these sheets of paper will sell for crazy prices, even if it's only as large as Paimon's fingernail.
Eres un pinche goblin, Paimon. Eres un... ¿Cómo chingado se llama? Eres un Skaven, güey. Eres una rata, güey. Pinche Paimon, güey.
Just imagine how much more a whole untorn sheet would sell for.
Eres de lo peor.
Let's grab one, the biggest one.
Hija de tu puta madre. Ah, no me quiero llevar eso. ¿Hay algo valioso por aquí? Costumbres de Libia, la bienvenida del arconte. Me llevo esto. Ni siquiera contó. Ok, pues me llevo eso también. Son libros para lore, así que está bueno. A ver.
Huh? Well, that was an easy search. The biggest sheet is right up there in the most obvious spot. Let's go with that one. La 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 la. Let's see what's written on it.
Tienes vergüenza, pinche goblin.
Huh? There's a place marked with a circle on here. Oh, could it be treasure? Whatever it is, it better make us filthy rich. Let's see what's written over here. Sigil of permission, something, something, fatui, research, copy.
Bla bla bla, fatui, bla bla bla.
Aw, that doesn't sound like treasure at all. This piece of paper shows that a Chising spy discovered traces of classified fatui research on the Sigil of Permission. Oh, Ningguang did say that the fatui have been up to all kinds of mischief in the shadows of Liyue, spreading rumors, wanting to get their hands on the Archon's body and whatnot. But research on the Sigil of Permission? Paimon wonders what they're up to. Speaking of which, there's also some connection between you and the Sigil of Permission. Seems there's still more for us to find out.
Veo muchas casualidades otras aquí. Claramente ningún está tratando de llevarnos allí. De hecho.
Oh, you really think so?
Pues, ¿por qué nos invitaría para empezar?
Well, should we not go then?
No, tengo otra
So you're
idea.
saying that it's precisely because we can't completely trust Ningguang that we should confirm the truth of what she says for ourselves.
Claro.
That's way out of Paimon's league. Paimon thinks she's been nothing but good to us. Anyway, we'll see if you're onto something. Before we look for Zhongli at Dihua Marsh, let's go to the place marked out on these papers and see if the Fatui really are up to no good there.
Pues nada, hay que bajar. Venga. Un kilómetro para allá. Esta puta está lejos, ¿Tengo algún teletransporte por ahí? Está lejos, Vale. Puedo sentar aquí, ¿verdad? What? Ah, mira. Ok. ¿Es una piedra para sentarse? Luego que decepciona. Ah, pues sí, sí es. Ah, qué bonito. Gente ahí, gente allá. Claro. Vamos a empezar con el de arriba. Tengo a Bárbara, tengo... Eso es... Eso de ahí es agua. No, creo que es... No, sí, creo que es agua. Eso de ahí es tierra. Este cabrón de aquí es trueno. El loco que está al fondo, ese creo que es agua. Y ese de aquí es fuego. Ah, no me gusta el equipo que tengo. De hecho es que voy a retirarme. No, por allá no. Voy a cambiar el elemento y regreso. Hacer ofrenda. ¿Tengo algo que ofrecer? Pues una. Vende. Fuera. Consonancia con anemo. Elección de consonancia con anemo. Vale. Vamos de vuelta. Y ahora sí vamos para adentro. A ver, como uno de estos cabrones traía fuego, necesito llevar sí o sí a Bárbara, que es el único agua que tengo. Entonces llevamos a Bárbara. A ese cabrón de ahí es el fuego. Llevamos a Bárbara. Hay piedra, así que vamos a ocupar a Noelle. Va a ser complicado porque sí o sí voy a tener que batallar para matar a uno. Creo que puedo. Y el del agua va a ser que me dé problemas. O sea... Creo que puedo. Vamos a ir por primero. Vamos a ir de uno en uno. Primero que el cabrón, luego el cabrón del fuego, luego bajamos por aquí. ¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde está el gordito? Ahí está.
Not breaking a sweat. Get out of my way.
Este iba a ser el pinche pedo.
This should be fun.
No one escapes my sight. Get him!
No slacking off.
Wind blade.
Let's move. Not breaking a sweat. It isn't time for a break yet. This should be fun. No slacking off.
Muerto, ok.
They really proved Fatui as the location written down on this piece of paper.
Mal movimiento. Muy mal movimiento.
They look really mad at us too.
¿Por qué no estoy subiendo? Puta madre.
Get frostbite.
Nivel 61, nivel 61. Están potentes,
Going anywhere.
Ok, vamos.
Let's end this quickly.
Hay que matar al cabrón de ahí arriba.
Stay right there. This was well done.
Loco.
I must collect
As a good night show.
Esta la rompí. Vale, llévate eso. No se lo llevó, güey.
You need to hurry up.
Oh, hi.
Wind blade. blade.
Loco. Están poderosos,
Now you're not going anywhere.
Have a load of this.
Se fue un buen tiro. Ha muerto. Loco.
Take cover. Almost.
Steady as stone.
Must counterattack.
Go, go, Barrack Buddy! Let it rain.
Pudgy, how you doing, chica? Nice to see you here.
Freshness preserved.
Let's not waste time.
Frozen. Ow. Oh no. Now you're not going anywhere.
Leave it all to me.
Let's
I'll
end
catch
this
up.
quickly.
Doing better. That's nice, that's nice.
I'll race you there.
I don't know, in a weird situation. I mean, in my life and stuff.
Frozen descent. It's time for a
Not bad at all. I mean, I'm not suffering or anything, but just not in the best, best time of my life, I guess. But all fine. And everything will be alright.
Let's end this quickly.
Nope, this is not worth it. It's all fine, don't worry. Insist. I gotta kill this guy with only headshots.
Let's not waste time.
I
Whoppa.
missed a spot.
Let's end this quickly. Almost. Let's not waste time.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Let's end this quickly.
Get him. I'll race you there. Steady as stone.
Let's end this quickly. Almost.
No escape.
I slipped up.
Nice.
Wind blade.
Okay, that's it.
Yes. This is it.
Yeah. What was he doing? Oh, yeah, over there. Revisa la investigación de los Fatui. I gotta go somewhere up there, I guess. Yeah, this thing. Okay.
There are so many talismans here. And some stacks of blank paper too.
Parece
What
que
are they
copiaron
for?
cuatro del talismán. Quizás están tratando de producir uno. Quizás están tratando de producir uno.
Paimon's seen this pattern before, but where? Oh, Paimon knows! It looks just like the sigil of permission the child gave you. But how did a relic of the Adepti end up in the hands of someone like Child? Suspicious.
Estos terminar en las manos eran como Noveno. Es muy sospechoso. Pues no tanto, digo, tomando en cuenta que es un puto fatui.
Oh, that's right. Cloud Retainer said that when the Lord of Geo created the Sigil of Permission, it wasn't to be used as some old relic. Talismans like that were once used in the Archon War to channel divine powers. Maybe the Fatui are copying the Sigil of Permission in hopes of achieving a similar effect. Being able to channel divine power in battle? Whew, that sounds pretty dangerous.
No hay duda que los fatui están tramando algo. Este documento podría ser parte de un plan mucho más grande. Esto.
And the plot thickens. We'll need to keep an eye on Child, that's for sure.
Yep.
Alright, that's enough sticking around here. We gotta go meet up with Zhongli soon.
Vale.
The last stop on our rite of parting preparations tour is Dihua Marsh.
Pantano de
Let's
igual.
go! Paimon hates being late.
Sí, seguro. Venga. Digo, para acá. Lo portamos aquí, caminamos hacia atrás. Una kill gratis.
I must leave no stone unturned. As a dutiful maid would.
Wind blade!
Steady as stone. Go, Barret Bunny!
Nice. Hola, Zongli.
Right on time. I myself only arrived moments ago. Did you enjoy your visit to the Jade Chamber?
Sí, estaba muy alto.
It was so big and pretty and expensive.
And
I've
expensive.
never seen such a fancy schmancy place before.
Insisto, eres un pinche goblin, Paimon.
Indeed. It's second to none in all of Liyue. Then you met with Ningguang, I trust?
She's super rich and so generous. Paimon thinks she's very friendly.
La amabilidad es el alma de las... La amabilidad es el alma de las personas de negocios.
Yeah, his take on Ningguang is quite different from Paimon's. He thinks that even the tactless Yuheng is more trustworthy than her.
Oh, so you also met with Keqing then? What did she have to say?
She said the time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for Liyue?
Yes.
No respect for the divine. Indeed, contrary to the ever-bold Keqing, Ningguang is more of a businesswoman at heart. Although she's friendly, there's no way of clearly discerning her true intentions.
Ningguang es muy lista, Ningguang es muy ambiciosa.
Yes, she has only relied on herself to rise to her current position. No ordinary person could ever achieve that.
Yep.
It's said that she's the one behind the constant expansion of the Jade Chamber. It's the second most important thing to her. Even if she ever gave up the position of Tianquan, she would never give up the Jade Chamber.
The Jade Chamber is only second. What's the most important thing to her then?
Why, Mora, of course.
Eso tiene sentido, yes. ¿Por qué no me sorprende?
All Ningguang talked about was the Fatui this and the Fatui that. She said that after Rex Lapis was murdered, the Fatui have constantly been trying to sink their fingers into Liyue, and that they aren't to be trusted.
That's right.
That is how the Fatui have always been. It doesn't surprise me in the least.
Y ahora están tratando de reproducir el sello del permiso.
No matter what they may be planning, you must be careful when dealing with the Fatui. Always be on your guard.
So, is there anything we need to get for the rite of parting in Dihua Marsh?
Yes, as a matter of fact, there is. Today, we'll be gathering wild glaze lilies.
Glaze lilies? But why did we come all the way out here? Doesn't the garden in Yujing Terrace have some? Even Qingse Village has glaze lilies. Oh, right! Paimon remembers that Madame Ping is always tending to flowers. Maybe we could ask her.
No. Those lilies have all been gardened by people. They won't do it all. Dihua Marsh used to be full of glaze lilies. It is a sort of joyful flower that listens to human song. Before the Archon War, Dihua Marsh was all dry land and fertile soil. But the war caused landslides, and the land was flooded, turning it into the marsh you see now. Nearly all the glaze lilies were wiped out. Of course, there are some kinds of flowers that have been preserved and gardened by people in the city. But very few people know that glaze lilies may still be found in the wild. Wild glaze lilies have the strongest fragrance. If we want to follow the true tradition of the rite of parting, we must grind up the wild lilies and place the powder in a censer of everlasting incense.
Okay.
But I'll need your assistance in gathering these flowers.
Es posible que ya las tenga. Necesitas que cante.
That's correct. Your singing will surely bring out the strongest fragrance from the flowers.
So how good is your singing?
Bueno, más o menos.
Really? Why doesn't Paimon believe you?
We'll only know once he starts singing.
Soy mejor perreando. Despacito. A ver. Tengo... Oh, míralo.
I'll catch up. I must leave no stone unturned.
keep this close.
Y hasta aquí llegué. Ok.
It's time to sing whenever you're ready.
Ahem.
Da 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 da.
Ay, tenías que cantar la canción de Bárbara, hijo de puta. Dios.
What happened?
Creo que los hice enojar.
Flowers are jumping. They look really angry. Is it because you sang a song for Mondstadt that they don't understand here in Lille?
Windblade! With the wind!
Ok.
Those weren't glaze lilies. Glaze lilies wouldn't hit people.
Pero tan agresivas.
This little monster is known as a whopper flower. Strange. These petals look interesting. The glaze lilies used as a disguise were buried with the whopper flower for too long. The result seems to have surprisingly potent medicinal value. Let's collect what we can of these petals.
Ok.
Well, that's nice and all, but will those petals be useful for the rite of parting?
Unfortunately, no.
That's so lame.
Excuse me.
La cabra.
Are you searching for glaze lilies?
Sí.
Oh, hey, it's... What's her face? Paimon can't remember.
Ganyu.
Hello, traveler.
Ah, sí, pues la
I'm
tiene.
surprised you still remember my name.
Sí, ya pues tenía dos opciones y la tiene.
That reminds me. How was your visit to the Jade Chamber?
Te valga verga.
Well, it sure would have been better if you told us how to get up there.
Didn't I tell you the way?
No,
Surely I did.
eres una persona horrible.
Nope, we found the way on our own.
Se olvidaste mencionarlo porque todo el mundo sabe llegar. Supongo que fue nuestra culpa por no preguntar. Es cierto.
Oh, I see. Uh-oh. I guess I really did forget to tell them.
Ya sé, eres una persona horrible.
Something seems a little off about Ganyu. She's acting different from the first time we met. Where's her serious attitude now?
Ah, well, I met you at that time as an emissary of the Tianquan. But now, I am simply out on a stroll to see the flowers.
Ya, sí me siento stalkeado, no te voy a mentir.
You came all the way out here to see the flowers? Why not just enjoy the gardens of the city?
Yujing Terrace is where Rex Lapis parted from this world. If I strolled through those lonely gardens now, I wouldn't be able to bear it. Whenever my duties take me near Yujing Terrace these days, I draw the windows to block my view of the gardens.
Oh, sorry. We shouldn't have brought it up.
Sí, no debiste haber mencionado eso. Yo no dije nada.
No, it's quite all right. I just haven't processed my emotions yet.
Ya.
When the Archon War came to its end 2,000 years ago, the first iteration of the Seven would gather in Liyue and drink with Rex Lapis. But 5 of those original 7 had already passed before Rex Lapis. It's truly a changing of the guard. Yes. Now that the spirit of Rex Lapis has returned to the heavens, Only Barbados of Mondstadt remains of the first 7.
LOL. Entonces, ¿Venti es el último? ¿Venti va a morir?
The other 5, including Inazuma's Raiden Shogun, are no longer the same friends from 2,000 years ago.
LOL.
Of the current 7 Archons, the youngest is Sumeru's god of Dendro. She is merely 500 years old, whereas Rex Lapis was more than 6,000 years old at the time of his passing. This means that Liyue had been under Rex Lapis's rule from the moment it was first founded 3,700 years ago. The city has never had to bid farewell to its deity.
Oof.
So what do you think of this farewell?
Huh? This is a little sudden. As a mortal, I've never dared to imagine a Liyue without Rex Lapis.
Ya, es lo que tiene.
But as an Adeptus, I think I will eventually come to grips with reality. Since Rex Lapis has passed, the time of Liyue's contract with the gods and Adepti has now reached its end.
Huh? Did you just say, as an Adeptus?
¿Esta tipa también es una de esos?
Yes, I am a mix of human and Chilean. Adeptus blood flows through my veins. I fought for Rex Lapis and the city of Liyue during the Archon War.
Vaya.
After the war ended, I signed a contract with Rex Lapis and took the position as secretary for the Chising. I've continued those duties to this very day.
Eso explica por qué tienes cuernos, Yes, lo hace. Ahora entiendo por qué te olvidas de contarnos las cosas. Lo de los cuernos.
Well, let's save that conversation for another day. You say that you are here looking for glaze lilies?
Sí.
I also know where wild glaze lilies can be found. See, I've just picked one myself. Here, you may have it if you wish.
Nice.
We dare not refuse it.
Yes.
Oh, so did you sing a song before you picked the lily?
¿Tú también cantaste una canción antes de coger al lirio?
Indeed, I did. I know this tradition well. In fact, I sang a local Liyue ballad to it.
Enséñamela.
Wow, so you really know your stuff, too. Thanks, Gunyu.
No, it is you who I should be thanking. If not for this chance meeting, I never thought that I would be able to contribute to the upcoming farewell for our ancient lord. If you would excuse me, I should return to my work now. Good luck.
Adiós.
And that just about does it. Our preparations for the rite of parting are mostly finished. Given the ease of picking glaze lilies, I think this was a fitting end to our tasks, in more ways than one.
Zombie debería abrir su propia floristeria.
Yeah, Paimon can already imagine him starting a business in Liyue.
I've had enough ventures in my life already.
Vaya.
Beginning a new undertaking is always difficult at first, and requires no small amount of effort. And once business is at full steam, the stress of it all only wears away at you over time. So you must be careful to take the time to step back and re-examine yourself. If left unchecked, the wear and tear on your heart may go well
De
past
repente iluminación
mending.
en su cara. Okay.
Wow. See? Zhongli sounds like he's already seen it all.
Estoy convencido de que va a pasar lo típico, de que le vas a preguntar cuántos años tienes y te va a decir tengo como, no sé, 4,000 o así.
Alright, I think it's about time we head back to Liyue Harbor now.
Let's go. Okay. Mucha gente aquí, Nomás habían 2 personas.
What happened? The city gate is swarming with Millilith and the Fatui?
This atmosphere is highly abnormal. It seems as though something big has happened. We should ask around a little, just to be safe.
Felix.
Ah, you're the consultant to Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. Mr. Zhongli, I presume.
Yes.
The Millilith are watching our every move now. These are desperate times. We mustn't act rashly.
Desperate times?
The Adepti of Joyun Karst are finally on the move.
Do they intend to exercise force?
Most likely. I've heard that some members of the Qixing have already gone to meet them. Well, I say meet, but it's more like they're attempting to stall the Adepti outside the city. However, both sides were quite obstinate and hit an impasse.
It seems inevitable, given the current situation.
The Adepti do not acknowledge the Qixing. They only acknowledge the contracts of the Geo-Archon. If the two sides come to blows, Liyue Harbor will be in no position to stop them.
Surely the Liyue Qixing are not the sort to give in so easily.
Their boneheadedness is known throughout the lands. Yet it's because of that obstinacy that mortals and Adepti are now on the verge of conflict.
And what now? How is it that the Fatui have come under fire?
That's all Ningguang's doing. She proclaimed that in these tumultuous times, the Millilith must rein in the actions of the Fatui. Only now do they want to start keeping tabs on us? That's the Qixing for you. Anyway, Mr. Zhongli, you're one of Child's close associates. Please understand that your actions will reflect on us. Don't let anyone catch you off guard.
It looks like things are about to boil over in Liyue Harbor.
Yes. Podemos quedarnos de brazos cruzados.
Do you intend to use your neutral identity as an intermediary between both sides? Or will you use your sword to turn the balance?
Me gusta la violencia, resulta, pero si hay que traer paz, entonces no.
Neither path is an easy one.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Zhongli, we've heard that the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor has also been caught up in all of this. They're currently squaring off with the authorities at the gates.
Things are taking a turn for the worse. I'm afraid I must leave now to handle things back at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. I hope that Master Hu has been able to keep things under control for the moment. Consider your next course of action carefully, Traveler. If you're trying to prevent an explosion, it may be wisest to look for the fuse first.
Having connections with the Fatui seems to be quite the double-edged sword. So what does Zhongli mean by looking for the fuse?
¿No vienes? El chico rico que paga todo por nosotros hasta ahora, no dile.
Oh, Paimon gets it. If there's anyone that wants to see the whole city turned upside down, it's definitely him. He must be waiting for the moment when no one is watching to do something really bad. But where could we find him now? Where would he go at a time like this?
So, ven conmigo. $500 metros, ni siquiera está dentro de la ciudad, está arriba en el cerro, ¿verdad? Ah, míralo. Una misión secundaria. Vamos a ir a tomarla. ¿Qué doing? Esta vez ocurrió en el valle de Tinshio. ¿Ocurre algo? Ah, eres tú, Froguito. Qué suerte. No esperaba encontrarte aquí hoy. Oh, ahora que lo pienso, ¿has ido al Valle Tingshu o a la montaña Nantianmen hace poco? Últimamente el gremio ha estado recibiendo informes de terremotos en el área. Al principio solo fue un pequeño temblor, pero ha empeorado desde entonces. Y no hace mucho, el gremio recibió otro informe según el cual, después de un terremoto especialmente fuerte, parte de las montañas en las ruinas colapsaron, dejando al descubierto una cueva enorme. En el informe también se menciona un tipo de monstruo desconocido. Dragarto este ya lo maté. Según la descripción, podría tratarse de dragartos y protodragartos geo, que alguna vez aterrorizaron a Liyue. ¿Necesitas que me encargue de eso? Oh, quería pedirte que fueras a buscar esa gran cueva del Valle de Tingshu y vieras cómo había afectado el terremoto al entorno. Sobre esos monstruos, si realmente han aparecido en gran cantidad, no podemos quedarnos con los brazos cruzados. Debemos tomar medidas rápido. Naturalmente, esto se considera como parte del trabajo del gremio. Al terminar, también habrá una recompensa. ¿Qué opinas? Simón. ¿Qué? A juzgar por tu expresión, ¿pasó algo? He estado ahí antes. ¿Ya había sido? Digno de un excelente aventurero con buen olfato para situaciones fuera de lo común. Lo que ocurrió con los protodragartos geo en el valle Tingshu fue, y me pongo a contarle, asumo, una enorme cueva con unas ruinas y protodragartos geo en ella. Ya tengo una idea general, gracias por la información. Lo anotaré todo y haré un informe oficial para el gremio. ¿Qué está pasando ya? Según registros antiguos, las ruinas del Valle Tingshu pertenecen a un asentamiento que fue muy próspero en el pasado. La razón por la que se convirtió en lo que es ahora parece estar relacionada con un antiguo rey dragón. Aunque no hay registros detallados del problema, según las leyendas, al final fue aprisionado en una especie de morada de los adeptus. Sus siervos captaron sus siervos captaron a las profundidades. ¿Qué? Escaparon a sus profundidades y cayeron en un largo sueño, esperando que el rey dragón regresara algún día. Estos monstruos que aparecieron son... Jajaja. Son solo rumores. Nadie sabe si son ciertos o no. Pero como dije, debemos lidiar lo más rápido posible con los terremotos frecuentes y con esos monstruos que aparecen de la... Un segundo. Ok, con esos monstruos que aparecen de la nada. Cierto, aquí tienes su recompensa. Gracias por la información que trajiste. You're welcome, boy. ¿Podría hacerme un equipo que sea solamente de exploración? Y cuando salgo por ahí a solamente caminar o a viajar de punto A a punto B. Por ejemplo, puedo ponerme aquí a la enana. Aquí me puedo poner a Kaya. Y a esta cabrona ahí. Entonces lo que hace esto... no los cambié. La pasiva de este cabrón de... La pasiva del moreno este. Utilizar. La pasiva de este tipo de aquí hace que corras más tiempo sin cansarte. Tu estamina se degrada decae desde un 20% más lento. Esta cabrona es buena porque es, número uno, anemo. Igual, es el mismo elemento que este cabrón de aquí. Cuando hay dos de este mismo elemento en el mismo equipo, corres un poco más rápido. Y encima esta cabrona tiene ese movimiento que te hace volar y, bueno, ruedita y ruedas. Lo cual está cool. Lo malo de este equipo sería que no tengo ni un tipo de curaciones. Eso sí, esta cabrona... No. O sea, esta cabrona lo que hace es que cuando estás usando el glider, esta cosa de... Esa cosa. Cuando estás usando eso, llegas un poco más lejos. Y that's pretty much it. Ok, let's go. Ok. Bueno, vamos a dejar el equipo ahí de respaldo, entonces nos cambiamos y usamos lo que sea que estábamos jugando antes. Vamos a cambiar este cabrón por esto. Y... Let's go. ¿Qué es ahora? Esto es una pelea. Oh, vale, nivel 59. Tengo un nivel para hacer esto. 60. Ok, let's go.
Wow! This is the Golden House?
Sí.
It looked impressive enough from the outside, but who would have guessed that it was even fancier on the
A
inside?
ver, que está hasta el culo de dinero.
Full of Mora.
No.
This is where all of Tevat's Mora is minted, right? In that case, maybe they won't notice if a few Mora go missing.
Si mueves un dedo, estamos acabados. Si fuera tan fácil, habrían vaciado este lugar hace mucho tiempo. Si mueves un dedo, estamos acabados.
Oh, so it's a trap. Tricky. Good thing Paimon's got you here.
Menos mal, estarías bien muerta.
But even if we can't take any, we can still have a closer look, right?
No.
Or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of Mora. It's like a dream come true.
Pinche goblin de mierda, güey. Tengo un extraño presentimiento respecto de este lugar.
Oh, right. Back to business.
Gracias.
It's quiet. Too quiet. Surely someone's gotta be guarding something as important as the Exuvia.
Yes.
Huh? Look! What happened here?
Es un guardia muerto. Es la jeva armada. Parece haber perdido el conocimiento.
Uh-oh. Paimon smells trouble.
No me digas, pendeja.
Quick! We have to go make sure that the Exuvia is all right.
No sé quién fue el chino que pusieron a hacer este sitio, pero lo tienen que haber latigado porque ese vato trabajó mucho en este lugar, güey. Qué lugar tan bonito, me lleva a la verga.
You've already fulfilled your task as guides, so why do you still linger here? Haven't you already seen enough trouble for today?
Huh? Who's there?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself.
Tenías que ser malo,
But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way.
Veo que llegan justo en el momento indicado.
Although I'm deeply grateful to you that I was able to effortlessly find this secret location, don't you think that trying to stop me now would just be wasted effort?
Si te parto tu madre, me vale verga.
Stopping the Mora Mints, hiding away the Exuvia. The Chising are really pulling out all the stops this time.
No, en serio, si te mato, me vale.
So you've been planning to take the Gnosis from inside the Exuvia all along?
As one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, it's my duty to see the will of the Tsaritsa fulfilled.
Claro.
She will get that which she desires.
No lo permitiré. No dejaré que te acerques al... No lo permitiré.
I'm not asking for your blessing, and there's nothing you can do to stop me anyway.
Si te mato, me vale verga.
The time for discussion and diplomacy has already passed. I mean, if it were up to me, I would have skipped that stage to begin with. But I'm willing to do as the Tsaritsa deems fit. Either way, we now come to my favorite part. A simple pleasure, and one that I am oh so delighted to be sharing with you. The battle.
Battle? So you're the type that goes looking for trouble, huh?
You could say that. When Signora offended the deities outside the cathedral in Mondstadt, she swiftly left the scene once her mission was accomplished. Instead of confronting you directly, she chose to rely on the snow and ice to make her escape. She wouldn't want the knights to come running towards the sound of battle now, would she? When she faces a worthy opponent, she will prioritize her mission, weigh the outcomes, and consider the consequences of her actions. But as for me, the greatest pleasure of being a harbinger lies in crossing blades with strong opponents.
We won't let what happened in Mondstadt ever happen again!
Oh, so you intend to fight me? Good. I won't kill you, Traveler. I'll just play along, to feel the thrill of battle. Besides, you could never defeat me, not even in your wildest dreams. But hey, try to relish the fight anyway, because if you ask me, without that, what else is there?
Y te mato, me vale verga.
Fighting talk, I love it! Now let's see you live up to it.
Venga, pelea.
This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with the Fatui Harbinger. So come now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint.
Ufa.
How unbecoming.
Steady as stone.
Passable effort. Run all you like.
What?
Poor timing. You're wide open.
That's cheating!
Passable effort. A clear shot.
Ya, claro.
Passable effort.
Wind blade!
So quick to flee.
I'll catch up.
How unbecoming. Cowering already? A clear shot. How unbecoming. You've made some progress. Guess I should take you more seriously.
Estás curando.
Good.
Se curó.
No wonder Signora was so wary of you. Well, that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger. No use hiding back there. Got you. All you do is run. My turn.
Raging tide! Windblade! Right!
Not so hard!
My turn! Break! I'll crush you!
You've got some skills.
I must leave no stone unturned. Time to clean up.
Se supone que se ve
Not
derrotado.
bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get. Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected! Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now! Huh? I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
¿Qué rondos? Va. Va. Okay.
Not bad. But this is going to cost you! Yeah! You got
what?
the Gnosis ahead of me, didn't you? Did you simply move faster? Or did you leak the information regarding the Golden House to me on purpose? No matter. Hand the Gnosis over, now! Don't make me take it from you!
We didn't take it!
merciful, from whence you came. Die here.
Me tumbó. Uf.
Someone needs assistance. Huh. Leave it all to me. I'll catch up.
No.
Okay.
A touch of frost.
Some you win, and some you lose.
¿Qué? ¿Te mato otra vez o cómo?
Look! Child's back to normal again.
Well then, time to cool off.
¿Por qué no te apuñalo y ya, güey? No, en serio, ¿por qué no te mato y listo, güey?
It seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was too great for my body.
O me la
I
pelas
lacked
y
the
ya.
opportunity to think this through. And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you never had any chance of beating me to the Gnosis. You had no connection to the Gnosis, no matter where it had been taken.
That's what we've been trying to tell you. We didn't take it.
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Signora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. Tell me, how could that be?
¿Es porque estamos restaurando el poder original?
You already know the answer, don't you? I can see it in your eyes. But if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess I'll just have to curb my curiosity. This battle has already left me satisfied.
Güey, no, en serio, ¿por qué no te mato y ya, güey?
Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend. Even if our friendship can only be shown in battle against one another.
Loco, quiero arrancarte la cabeza, cállate los hocico, güey.
Pretty sure that's not the normal way to make friends.
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation to an end. My quest still beckons. Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. Perhaps it was never in the Exuvia to begin with. In fact, it might be that the Exuvia was just a diversion of sorts.
What? So you mean that...
Yes, it appears so. Interesting to say the least. It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also well versed in little maneuvers beyond the boundaries of contracts. As such, we must now look to our backup plan.
Backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this, for the weak will be swept away in the process.
¿Qué, tercer round? Todo bien, te parto tu madre tercera vez, güey.
The truth is, the world belongs to those who pursue strength. I seldom willingly involve myself with the weak. Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui harbingers. Children must all learn to eat their vegetables sometime.
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyon's stone forest.
A god?
Osial, overlord of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax, the Geo-Archon in the Archon War, and who has remained pinned beneath the waves by the Geo-Archon's stone spears ever since. If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Liyue Harbor, defenseless without the protection of its deity, do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and watch the ensuing destruction?
But the Archon War ended 2,000 years ago. How can an ancient god appear in a world now overseen by the Seven?
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Ajá.
Hey, those are sigils of permission. Oh, Paimon remembers now! The Fatui have been researching them!
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a byproduct of our research. With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, along with that which was bestowed upon me as a harbinger by our Tsaritsa, breaking the subduing might of the Geo-Archon spears for a time should be no obstacle. Using the powers of ancient gods in such a situation fails to interest me, and is largely against my principles. But knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo-Archon to show its hand, but you as well, that makes matters a little more intriguing.
Ah. Uy. Uy.
Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone!
Cinemática 30 fotogramas hoy eso.
What's going on? Paimon's exhausted. If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden House, we really wouldn't have known which way to go. Did we make it in time? Is the Overlord of the Vortex still in the sea? It hasn't destroyed Liyue yet, has it?
What are you doing here?
Paseando, nomás estábamos viendo el paisaje, está con madre, ¿te gusta?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought you were arguing with the Chising. Is the fighting over?
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now and unite against this common enemy.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So how do you plan to defend Liyue? Just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy puts a pit in Paimon's tummy, even from all the way out here.
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's presence seems to be too much for ordinary people to handle. Which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to Liyue Harbor.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies like that thing? Now that's scary. So will the power of the Chising, Millilith, and Adepti gathered here be enough to stop that god?
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is... not necessarily.
What? But all of you were supposed to be the Guardians of Liyue. Can't you think of something?
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Chising did once research the matter of the Guizhong Ballista when it piqued their fancy. And as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong Ballista with one's own hands is here. For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet, it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this ballista into an engine of war beyond your wildest thoughts.
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti that we should be thankful for. So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong Ballista to fight off that god. All the Adepti here can lend their strength to man it.
¿Piensas pelearle a un dios con un arco?
We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins now.
Pues va. Ok, no es cualquier arco, es arco 2. Vale. Muy bonita tu mitología y todo, pero no tienen oportunidad contra mi poder de fuego. Ok.
The 3 Adepti are manning the Guizhong Ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work.
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you? One wishes to witness.
One with my blade.
Steady as stone.
Well,
A touch of frost.
looks like I went too far. Death.
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
Bet you can't keep up with me!
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
Esto matar a aquel cabrón antes.
No slacking off!
The ancient god's attacking again! There are so many Fatui too! We can't look!
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children?
Huh?
Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is Reptile energy! That light from your body, it's like the tire of Julian cars! Wow! It's Madame Ping's shockwave! This granny's really strong!
My work
Windblade!
finished. What was I just
Forward,
said?
my blade! Yeah, disappear!
You can't run! Well, looks like I went too far.
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil! Cast your fear of injury by the wayside, and fight with all your might! I too did this during the Archon War!
So this is what Ganya's like in a fight!
My name means swiftness. take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast.
Bueno, pues nada, voy en chinga. Sí.
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
With the wind!
Should be fun. You're not going anywhere, my beauty. Frozen food.
Time to clean up.
Let's move.
Barrier.
Exercise caution. I fear that the god's power has reached its peak.
In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
Wind blade! Looks like this went too far.
Yeah.
With the wind!
Leave it up to me.
What's that? Yeah. Yeah.
Over here. Let me amuse my look at me.
Disappear! Wind blade!
The Fatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
Que este juego fuera con un poco más de...
No more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
No, olvídalo. ¿Por qué no empezaron con ese movimiento, hijos de puta? Tuvieron que sobrecargar con dioses, güey, para que hicieran eso.
It's working. We just need to keep this up.
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
buena cinemática. Buena música, buena pelea, buena cinemática. Eso estuvo muy bien. Coño, la verdad estuvo muy bien.
Finally over?
Le tiramos un castillo flotante encima la cachora esa rara, güey.
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here, the future of Liyue Harbor would surely have been in great jeopardy.
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we came.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for building the Jade Chamber. At first, it was only the size of a small room, but with continued expansion, it has become the palace that lies before you now. It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a businesswoman and as the backbone of the Liyue Qixing. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice deserves at least some recognition, don't you agree?
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our negotiations. Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today. But please forgive us. We cannot yield to your wishes.
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis to protect Liyue 3,700 years ago. Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone, just as it was thousands of years before. This is truly no small feat. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all those years ago. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on our city and each of the citizens that dwell within it.
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
Aparentemente sí, pégale.
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a new light.
Forebears, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a lineage.
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
Pinches palabras de político bananero.
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing generation of the Qixing leaves many things of value to be inherited by the next generation. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world, establishing a network of contracts which has since come to be known as trade. But I dared not speak. I could only gaze at him in silence until the moment I awoke.
Oh, Ningguang.
Todos estamos en la misma posición ahora.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
En el momento en el que hay discordia entre los protectores y los protegidos, la armonía se vuelve difícil de restaurar.
Right! That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides, because he believed that such conflict would only scar the hearts of both, and that nothing good would come of it.
Yes, sir.
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has lent us such succor.
All right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens? I know I already have, so why not see for yourselves?
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millelith. I have come to extend my thanks to the Adepti. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, our forces were not as badly battered as I feared we might be. Although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise to hold the line and never betray the grace given to us by the illuminated Adepti this day.
Huh? Why does everyone look so down? Didn't we just beat that big monster?
Weren't you frightened, dear? It was quite the predicament.
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millelith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their visions were there. Everyone was there. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and tasty snacks and loads of things that make the harbor so pretty. Thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please come visit us for the next lantern rite.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. It must be hard being an Adeptus. Aww.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection, but it is no longer necessary for the city to rely on the Adepti's power to solve every little niggling matter. Although their blood is weak, there is still strength to be found in those we call mortals. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed. Now is the time of contracts between Liyue and its people.
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place. Wouldn't you say so, Cloud Retainer?
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to Liyue Harbor.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
¿Quise cambiar de opinión? Finalmente, están tratando de entender el corazón de la gente.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, conqueror of demons.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. The city of Liyue has changed much after our long separation. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, you humans would have once again changed the place beyond recognition. Fair enough. Away we shall, and return whence we came.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall persist no further. But how will we ensure that the Liyue Qixing will not simply exploit their power once we depart? In my view, that is still a thing to be guarded against.
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is best left to the people of Liyue.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. All's well that ends well, huh? Oh, right! It's nice that we've got peace and all, but we're forgetting one thing.
No te vayas a poner a cobrar.
Child wanted to unleash the god so he could lure Rex Lapis out. But we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our own, so Rex Lapis never showed up. Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to get to the bottom of that Archon's death too?
You get the point, yes.
Hyman doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adeptiless Rite of Parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshen Funeral Parlor.
Hay que buscar a Zhongli. Okay. Tengo una misión secundaria aquí arriba. La agarraré mañana. Ya la haré fuera de cámara. 100 y cacho metros. ¿Dónde coño está Zhongli? Para allá. Venga. Gatito blanco, chica sentada. Esta no es Zhongli. Hola.
Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid that Wangshen Funeral Parlor isn't in the best state to receive guests.
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you please tell him we're here?
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment. It seems he went to Northland Bank.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the Fatui? Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went to the Golden House. Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? Visiting the Fatui at a time like this could only mean more trouble. We had better go and make sure that everything is okay.
Let's go. Ya, lo tengo aquí a un lado.
New stock at Sigu Antiques? Bad news from our curves.
The fuck? Okay. Kelly. Que te mato. Sorprendente que aún hayan fatuis en este lugar, ¿eh?
You call this cooperation between Harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? I'm sure you must have enjoyed that. Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Si te mato, me vale verga.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And you!
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the City of Bards, was it? I'm glad you still remember my name. Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away from your friend.
Todavía puedo recuperarla.
No, don't let her get to you! You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements, and our last battle at the Golden House was almost more than you could handle. So it might be best to keep things peaceful this time, seeing that 2 of the Harbingers are here.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map. This is certainly a bit awkward, wouldn't you say?
Te quiero matar, güey.
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you personally. Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Except for that little tussle we had at the end.
Pequeña pelea, ¿estás hablando del puto palizón que te metí? ¿Esa peleita? Bien hocicona ahí.
Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against me, but that's up to you. The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on.
Novil fue un encargado por Sonli. What?
So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind. The Gnosis, please.
De acuerdo.
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed unto thee. For my promise is solid as stone.
Vaya.
How sanctimonious.
Sonríe. Sonríe es Red Lápiz. La verdad, sí lo pensé. Justo como lo pensaba.
What? So you're the Lord of Chio? No, wait. That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the Gnosis to the Fatui?
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract. For it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa and I.
¿Por qué fingiste tu muerte?
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you and splat! This big dragon falls out of the sky and all of Lyric goes into an uproar.
Fíjate.
Talk about a disaster.
Mira, pocas veces estoy de acuerdo con la pinche hada que traigo aquí al lado, pero sí, tiene toda la pinche razón.
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil over. That's what he wanted to see, am I right?
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. It is now 3,700 years ago that I founded Liyue, together with the Adepti. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept convincing myself that cracks had not begun to form, and that the end of my time had not yet come. Until one drizzly day, as I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, "You finished your duties. Go ahead and call it a day." I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself, have I already finished my duties?
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained to not hastily depart. Was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? I decided that a test was needed in order to reveal the answer. So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Qixing to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue. That's right. Which is why I continued to safeguard the Gnosis until now.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back under control?
Eres un hijo de puta, carnal.
Of course. And it would have been all too easy for him, too. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of its deity.
In the end, the resolution to all that has transpired was even more satisfactory than I could have hoped for. Take the Adepti, for instance. Owing to their years of seclusion, they were the least informed. Yet when faced with a crisis, they commendably showed the greatest amount of restraint possible. Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Qixing, but in the end, they even made efforts to understand the hearts of the people. Credit is also due to Signora, the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract. At my request, she kept everything she knew in strict confidence. This despite the eavesdropping ears of her colleague, Child. This meant I could remain as Zhongli, even having the chance to fulfill the age-old traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. Thank you. All of these things turned out as I had planned. There is only one thing that I had not anticipated, and that was the conduct of the Liyue Qixing. I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. But when all was said and done, they seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue's divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to quickly gain complete control of Liyue.
Huh? That doesn't sound good at all.
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it was also that which I longed for the most. As such, this is the best parting gift anyone could have given this god of old.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me?
Eres un
You
pendejo, te quiero
practically
matar.
kept me in the dark.
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. The Lord of Geo ought to thank you for your performance, if anything. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo-Archon, Liyue would never have been able to become a dazzling diamond of a city.
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight?
Vergüenza me daría estar en tu posición, solo para que te sientas mal, puto.
Hey, haven't you learned the Liyue saying, don't always call it as you see it?
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zapoljarny Palace and seek an audience with Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa. Come, child.
Fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a boat with the likes of you.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
¿Qué te dio el arconte que iba a cambio de tu gnosis?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a fair trade. Paimon has no idea what could be a good trade for a Gnosis.
Realistically speaking, there is no such thing. However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. If the deal was of no benefit, then I certainly would not be inclined to agree to it. My agreement with the Cryo Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo Archon. My contract to end all contracts. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scales, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journeys.
Simón. Pues nada. Vamos a ir parando por aquí. Gracias a los que estuvieron aquí. Gracias a los que bueno, quien todavía está por acá. Gracias a quien esté viendo este video en diferido. Tengan un buen día, tarde o no sé, y esas cosas que dicen los youtubers. Suscríbanse y bla bla bla. Vale, me voy a ver un rato. Buenas noches.